Hi there, I'm Viv Adcock, Access Consciousness Certified Facilitator, and I'm here talking with John Davis, also Certified Facilitator of Access Consciousness, and we're exploring and adventuring into the realms and labyrinths of the possibilities with your financial reality. So we're talking about prosperity consciousness, which is my absolute go-to anytime anything's up. So I've got a question I'd love to ask John. We've just had a really good conversation. So, what was your family's financial environment growing up? What were you aware of?
Well, my family were a bit different to what most people experience because they used to talk about money very regularly. Like my extended family, grandparents, uncles, we'd go to my grandparents' house every week and they'd talk about what they're saving for. So they're always talking about you have to save, you have to work, you have to save, and when you've got so much saved, then you can spend this and you can spend that, and make sure that you're always saving enough from your hard work in order to have money. And that was the only way that they ever talked about having money. If they talked about somebody had made some money on the stock market, or they'd got an inheritance or any other way, it was always, they're just lucky. This is the only way to make money. And so my background, it was very much, you work hard and you save.
Yeah. It's interesting because we had the total opposite. It was a totally taboo subject. It was like you were blaspheming, you were cursing, you were swearing, It was just, money was never ever spoken about in our household. It was this massive elephant turd under the carpet because, like I say, we use money every day, we're interacting with it. So my financial reality that I was immersed in growing up was this, there was always this weird energy. Dad was always stressed about money. He would give Mum, an allowance each week that she had to keep the household going on. So there was always this tightness, there was always this pressurized, total control of the situation. And yet now looking back, my family were actually quite comfortable financially, but Dad never allowed himself to enjoy it. He was stressed constantly about money. Even when he retired, it was always every day he was looking at his portfolio and the stock market and what was going on in the financial world, and he never got to enjoy the fruits of his labor. And it was similar to yours. It was very much, you were frugal, you watched your pennies, you didn't allow yourself to be frivolous with your money, and you made, you had this very tight, it just felt like this total stranglehold on what we were able to experience.
The other thing that, having that point of view, and also the one that I was brought up with, is that you tend to see, well, I have this amount of money, so I can have this amount of life.
Wow.
And so therefore, if the amount of money goes down, then the amount of life you can have goes down as well. And so it was always very much, because we were a migrant family, come to a new country and, buying houses for the first time and all this sort of stuff. And it was always on an upward trajectory, but it was always sort of acknowledged that if you, as you made more money through your hard work and saving, you could have a bigger life. But then, if it went backwards, then you had to create a smaller life as well.
And so knowing how much that point of view creates your reality, how do you see that that's kind of flowed into your life?
Well, that's something I have to be aware of all the time. The willingness to be out of control and the willingness to receive. I mean, if somebody does something that's outside of the normal realms of what I would have considered a normal level of generosity, it was like, so this whole debate and discussion about receiving is really huge for me on that.
So then what can people do when they realise, my God, I'm living out my parents' financial reality, or I'm not earning above what my parents allowed themselves to have, or my life is controlled, I won't allow myself the joy until I have the money. So,
well, one of the tools in the book is to talk about asking a question from a point of curiosity. So instead of going, oh my God, I need to create some money, it's just, well, what would it take to create some money? And not just quote, what would it take to to create some money. But what could I create with money? You know, could I sell something? Could I get another job? Could I do something for somebody else? And just that sense of the possibilities opens up the world and sort of shuts down that sort of suppressed sort of situation that you can have around money.
And just hearing that too, it's like this book, it creates a sense of possibility rather than just constantly looking at the problems. And the problems are like the stranglehold.
Yeah.
The problems are where we just try and find a quick fix to take away the pain. Quick, where's the next, bit of money going to come from? Rather than, no, this actually cracks that open and allows you to look at everything as a possibility. And it kind of, Chitisa uses a word, Chitisa Bowman, the co-author of this book, uses this word extrapolation. And even just that word, even if the viewers don't know what extrapolation means at the moment, it's just this constant, well, that idea could lead to this idea and that could open that door. And like you were saying, it's just, you step into that place of looking at the possibilities and making that more valuable and your way of living, rather than looking at the problems and getting stuck in the problems and just your life diminishing.
Yeah. And if you can get into that, if you can get into that truly curious space that you may have in some other part of your life. I mean, some people do puzzles, and they're curious about, what could that word be? And if you can get that sense of curiosity and bring it out and be genuinely in the question when you look at what's possible.
Actually, you've just given me that energy of the childlike wonderment. When you're a child, it's like, what does this do? Mum, what's this? Why? Kids are in the question the whole time. There is this absolute engagement with the awe and the wonderment of the world around them. So what if we could have that with our finances and with money and our capacities to create and generate money really easily?
Yeah, I love these explorations.
Great. Thanks, John.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to add to that?
I don't think so. Thank you very much.
Phenomenal book. Phenomenal book. Steve and Chitisa Bowman. Prosperity Consciousness, Leading Yourself to Money with Conscious Awareness. You can find it on Amazon. You can find it on accessconsciousness.com in the shop. Phenomenal book. Do yourself a favour. Thanks, John, for joining us.
Thanks, Viv.
Bye.